Hello, world. Welcome to the Shannon Joy Show. Hello, world, and welcome to the Shannon Joy Show. We're broadcasting live from the Joy Virtual Studio right here in the beautiful Finger Lakes region of New York State. And of course, it is Friday. And on Fridays on the Shannon Joy Show, it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And today, as you know, I am self-producing from Rumble Studios. It's super exciting. We have an amazing production team. Love the folks over at Died Suddenly. They make this show look so sharp and amazing. The graphics are unbelievable, and it is tight on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But as you all know, I started out self-producing on my own with all of you through Rumble Studios, and I love to get back to that. And that's why I like to do the self-produced shows. On Fridays, it's just you and me, mano y mano, no prep, no production, no rules. We're going to talk about whatever you want to talk about. And today we have a pretty special show. I see all of you on the live chat today. You all look great. Brandon Bennett, great to see you again on the live chat. Mod Trend is with us. Zen Woman joins as well. I see you, Opossum King. And I think my mic is on. The camera's on. We're ready to go. And yeah, I'm popping up the chat on the screen so that everyone can see you. I did that myself. See, these are some of the benefits of self-production. So we have a fun show for you today. We're going to be bringing in some local organizers in this first 45 minutes of the Shannon Joy Show. Cannot wait to talk to Oliver Bardwell. He is a warrior, a bottom-up local state activator in the great state of Iowa. There's a lot going on in Iowa. They are at the tip of the spear in fighting for medical freedom. And tomorrow they have a walk, very, very important gathering, Saturday, October 11th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. in Des Moines, Iowa. They are not going to forget the vaccine injured, those who were harmed by the mRNA toxic shots. And I am so thankful for Dan, Iowans for Freedom, and Informed Choice Iowa for hosting Injecting Truth Vaccine Injury Awareness Walk at the Iowa State Capitol. We're going to help them promote that today on the Shannon Joy Show because, as you know, we cover national topics here, national news, everything from education to healthcare, geopolitics, you name it, from a national and global perspective. But you know that the way to solve the problems that we face today in the United States of America, it's not Washington, D.C. It is not the Republican Party or the Democrat Party, left or right. They're all corrupt. They're all driving this country off of a cliff. And the solutions aren't in Washington. They are at the state and local level. It is enough Americans standing up from your own corner of the world, according to your own unique talents and abilities, clinging to truth, tethering yourself to truth and our fundamental founding principles, and fighting back from that bottom-up level. And they're doing it in Iowa. They're doing it in Idaho. They're doing it in Florida and in states across the country. And so we're going to talk to Oliver Bardwell, who is leading up this action in Iowa in just a little while. He's one of the organizers. He has a great weekly podcast called the Oliver Bardwell Podcast. So we're going to introduce you to him. We're also going to feature, you guys are going to love this. I see you on the live chat. I see you, Buskman. I see you, Martin. We're also going to feature an interview I did with one of our live chatters, Buskman. He is organizing and activating in the great state of Ohio. Again, from the bottom up. And he has a great story. I want to support him. He just launched a brand new Rumble show. And we're going to talk about that and his actions as well. It's all about you guys today and all about tackling the major problems that we face as a country, but not begging a political party or a judge or a politician or a piece of legislation or an activator in Washington to solve these problems for us. It is very clear with everything that is going on today, with the economy, healthcare, all of the chaos, There are no answers in Washington, D.C. It is up to us, we the people. No one is going to save us. And so that is what we are going to promote today. Now, we also have a very special new feature on the Shannon Joy Show. In about 45 minutes, we're going to be going behind the Rumble Premium subscriber paywall. And this is because of my relationship with Rumble. They're really trying to encourage those of you who enjoy Rumble, you watch so many shows on Rumble, to sign up for Rumble Premium. And so we're going to do a town hall forum in about 45 minutes. We're going to go behind the paywall. If you guys are not a Rumble Premium member, I want to encourage you guys to sign up for Rumble Premium. And the reason is because, well, they are promoting and protecting free speech. And they've also been an amazing blessing to me as I have built my platforms. I could not have done it without the people behind the platform. And those are the people who work for Rumble. You know, I can't get a hold of anyone at Twitter. I platform in a lot of places. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. Good luck on, finding a human being behind any of those platforms. The thing that I love about Rumble and also Rumble Premium is that there are so many amazing humans behind this platform, and they are dedicated to helping creators, small creators like myself, learn how to self-produce into podcasts and get their ideas and their missions out there to a broader public. They are committed to free speech. They always have been. And without our friends at Rumble and the amazing relationships that I've made with Nick and Vivian and Michael and the entire team over there, I couldn't bring this show to you. So you guys have probably noticed that Rumble is growing fast and it's not slowing down. They are adding features every single day. They're building a real alternative to big tech that puts creators first and actually protects free speech. So now there's Rumble Premium, and I'm going to help them promote it because I love this platform. It's an easy way to upgrade your experience on Rumble. With Premium, you get ad-free viewing across the entire platform. No pre-rolls, no interruptions, just the content that you came for and the content that you love. Plus, premium members will unlock exclusive content like the content that we're going to give you today halfway through the show. It is the SJ Hey Fam Town Hall. So I want to hear from you. Less of me, more of you. The listeners, the viewers, the fans. I want to know what you like about the show, what you don't like about the show. Do you have questions for me? I'll answer them. Do you just want to get some things off your chest? Are there issues that you want to see us cover? Are there guest interviews that you would like me to schedule? That's the mission of the SJ Hey Fam Town Hall Forum. So it's basically like a Zoom call. You guys can pick up the mic and get things off your chest. And I do want to hear from you. So we're going to do that. It's the first time I'm ever to bear with me because I'm running this and I'll probably mess it up, but I'm going to do the best that I can. Again, I want to hear from you. So premium members can unlock the exclusive content like bonus videos, behind the scene drops, and more from your favorite creators. Right now, Rumble is offering $10 off for an annual subscription. So go to rumble.com/premium. And I do believe that there is a promo code and a URL, or there's a promo code right in the live chat that you guys can use. Use the promo code STUDIO at checkout. It's rumble.com/premium. Promo code STUDIO. You'll get $10 off. I think it's about $10 a month. No ads, more freedom, and the content that you actually care about. That is the deal. So thank you. Thank you to Rumble. Again, the human component is my favorite part about my relationship as a content creator with Rumble. So we're thankful for them, and let's help them continue to grow by becoming premium members. So that being said, CJP Rumble, Bill Benz, pony up. All right. You guys, come on. I know that a lot of you support me outside of this platform on my website, so appreciate you. But listen, I have really come to value Rumble and everything that they have done to help grow this platform. So, as CJP Rumble says on the live chat, pony up, or you guys are going to miss our town hall. So we have Mark the Regan joining us. Busk Man is with us as well. Be My Valentine, great to see you. Mama C 1996, you look great as well. Well, without further ado, let's bring in our first guest, and then we're going to run my pre-recorded interview with Buskman, one of our most favorite live chatters and also a new creator here on Rumble. But without further ado, I want to bring in Oliver Bardwell, who is an organizer in the great state of Iowa. And as you know, I have told you consistently for 12 years on this program, all of our action is at the bottom up level. And Oliver is doing that with an amazing podcast and also local organization and action through some really great organizations, Iowans for Freedom and Informed Choice Iowa. They are hosting Injecting Truth, a vaccine injury awareness walk at the Iowa State Capitol tomorrow. You can get more information about that. But if you're within a couple hours, I would highly encourage you guys to show up, stand up, and speak out. And without further ado, I'm going to bring Oliver in to the Joy Virtual Studio. Oliver, welcome. It's the first time that we've been able to feature you here on the show. I'm so sorry. It's clunky. I'm self-producing. It's not as fancy as it usually is. But you're not into fancy things. You're into actually getting things done. And you guys are not forgetting the plight of the vaccine injured, those who have been injured, who have been debilitated, who have been killed tragically from the mRNA shots. We're getting nothing out of Washington, D.C. Shots are still on the market. Pharmaceutical liability protections are still in place, and medical mandates are still in place as well. They're talking about all the other things that don't matter, but you are keeping this in the fore. Oliver, welcome to the Shannon Joy Show. I'm glad you're here.
Well, thank you. I'm excited. What a build up.
Well, listen, hey,
You're,
you're doing everything that I asked people to do, and I love that. Go ahead.
well, and that's what I tell people. It's sometimes national news is can be entertaining, and we get excited, talk about it, but we really can make an impact at the local level. Our school boards, our city councils, our counties, our state legislature. I found that we can make a huge impact in our state legislature with our legislators. They want to hear from us, they want to interact with us, and it's not as hard as people think.
Well, and a lot of people don't want to get involved at the state level because it's not as sexy. Again, you have all of the clickbait headlines and all of the characters at the national level, and you're right.
You know what's sexy? Not having kids mutilated and
Yeah.
medicalized in your state, not having vaccine mandates, not having to wear masks, not having boys and girls sports. That can all be accomplished at the state level. But I know exactly what you're saying. I mean, we know all the big players, Trump and all the big players, and we support them when we're at the ballots for sure. But I tell you, you can get so much done at the state level if you focus your efforts on it.
That's right. We are talking to Oliver Bardwell. He is the host of the Oliver Bardwell podcast. And I'd like to have a longer discussion with you on all of these topics at
Sure.
a future date, Oliver, and we'll have you back on the show. But today we are on a mission to never forget the vaccine injured and the plight of the vaccine injured. And you have a vaccine injury awareness walk tomorrow at the Iowa State Capitol featuring Dr. Ben Tapper, Dr. Walker Potterfield, Sarah Outlaw, State Representatives Jeff Shipley, a state senator as well that I believe is going to be joining, Lindsay Mahar from Informed Choice Iowa, and you, the founder of Iowans for Freedom and the host of the Oliver Bardwell podcast. Can you tell me
Most
about?
of,
Go ahead.
yeah, the most important people that we will have there will be the vaccine injured, and we'll give them a platform to share their stories because they've been censored, they've been ignored, they haven't been helped. And I've testified at subcommittees alongside of some of these people, and it's heartbreaking the damage that has been done to them and the lack of medical care they've had or acknowledgement that they've been injured. So we'll have 90 minutes of speakers, and we'll have booths from vendors and leaders, and then we'll do a walk around the outside of the Capitol, and we'll have signs that talk about different vaccines and injuries, and the number in the 60s or 80s, and the number that we have now, and the increases in injury. So it's really an event to acknowledge the injured, and this is something we did. during the COVID lockdown or after the COVID lockdowns, when mandates were coming into place for these EUA vaccines or medical treatments, we had a worldwide freedom rally, and it was in conjunction with like 30 other states. And we were at the Capitol, 700 people on the West Lawn, legislators, doctors, nurses, all standing up against these mandates. And that's what I envision this to be, is an event where people can come together across the country and acknowledge, it's Vaccine Injury Awareness Month. So we want to acknowledge those injured for sure.
Yeah. It's so frustrating to watch what is happening on Capitol Hill. Donald Trump yesterday came out, made a false statement first and foremost about how babies are being injected with 82 different vaccines at the same time. And I mean, he said that, which is not happening. That it's
Right, right.
82 vaccine. The average human will have 82 vaccines by the time they turn 18. So he injected chaos and confusion and an outright lie into a statement, and then said that the solution to that is to separate the vaccines. Right? They're not acknowledging that vaccines are unsafe for many humans. No vaccine is safe for all individuals. They're ignoring the fact that the mRNA shots are still on the market and still being injected. They are ignoring the fact that people have been injured by vaccines. They are retaining the pharmaceutical liability protections and expanding those protections through legislation and new partnerships with pharma like Albert Bourla. And they're also doing nothing in terms of banning medical mandates, right? Like, the solution here is to end medical mandates, to ban them across the board, whether it's a government mandate, a corporate mandate, a private institution mandate. It is to hold pharmaceutical companies accountable and liable for vaccine injuries, and to give people full informed consent. If every American knew the ingredients in vaccines, they knew the risks involved with routine vaccination, whether it's the childhood schedule or mRNA, then likely 90% of Americans would voluntarily decide to not vaccinate. Right? You don't have to force anything. You don't need a study. You don't need a commission. You don't need a law. You don't need any of the things that they're talking about. You just need those basic freedom-oriented constitutional fixes. Yet we can't ever get to that. And it's frustrating. And that's why we have to be activating at the local level, because, I see at this point the actions of this president being a detriment to full fundamental truth on what's happening with vaccines. It's just my opinion.
Ultra focus on Tylenol. It's like, yeah,
Right.
definitely. That's worth exploring and reading the warning label to everybody at the national level. But what you talked about is what's really important. And I love Trump. I mean, I love a lot of things he
I
does.
don't.
Well, but when it comes to this issue, I mean, making deals with Pfizer, warp speed vaccine, all those things, we have to use discernment. We can't look at the flaws and the things that are happening and not be critical because we're on somebody's team. We have to be critical, use discernment, and pick our battles for sure.
Yeah.
So, and Dan, you mentioned how much you love Dan. Well, and part of the message is all it takes is a pissed off parent. You know,
Right.
I just came off of doing a big event that we had October 2nd that was fantastic. ICI's got a big yearly event they do in November every year. And here comes this guy who's just a pissed off parent because his daughter was injured by a COVID shot that
Yeah.
she was coerced into taking because she loved nursing.
Ugh.
She wanted to be a nurse. And the reason she wanted to be a nurse was because Dan was battling cancer when she was young and she loved the way the nurses treated him.
Oh, my word.
I testify at subcommittees all the time. I support ICI and everything they do when it comes to legislation. We worked early on together when I first got into this movement. And I heard him testify and he was passionate and pissed. And then he was able to get an mRNA ban vaccine or ban piece of legislation for the state of Iowa to subcommittee, basically on his own and with some legislative help. And let's see, there were some great doctors there that weighed in on that. It didn't pass subcommittee, and Doug Campbell got 2,000 emails, I think, from pissed off people that we were looking to ban mRNA
Yeah.
vaccines in Iowa. But the point is, every voice matters, and you have to stand up and you have to use your voice.
Yeah. And we have to keep pushing. Great piece of legislation out of Idaho. Some great work being done in the state of Florida. We're getting some cover from Ron DeSantis and Surgeon General Dr. Joe Ladapo, who are moving to ban medical mandates in the state of Florida, that is a huge, huge lift because the complexity that is injected into fixing these problems is one of the things that keeps us from actually getting to real constitutional common sense solutions. And so we're seeing action in these states. We just need to keep pushing, and it's been a shame that a lot of Republicans at the state level have been the poison pill pushers and killing a lot of these bills. But we just have to keep pushing, and I really commend you for the work that you're doing, Oliver. Again, would love to get into a lot more topics with you, but for the purposes of today, we want to bring as much attention and support for what you're doing tomorrow. Again, big speakers featuring Dr. Ben Tapper, but the most important people at this event will be the vaccine injured, and they will be telling their
Right.
stories. Will people be able to watch it, live stream it, any way that we
We're
can?
definitely going to record it, and we may live stream it. I need to talk with our production guys today,
Okay.
so we may live stream it. If you go to oliverbardwell.com, you can find my podcast there, and if we live stream on YouTube, that's where you can find it.
Where can people find event details? Would you mind popping that up in
Yeah,
the
I'll pop
chat?
that in there.
Pop it up
And
in the chat.
I love your listeners and their comments in there.
Oh, we have the best live chat in the history of the world. My live chatters are the best live chatters. No other live
Yeah.
chatters are better than the SJ live chatters. They are the
There's a lot of
smartest.
common sense going on in there.
Oh, there's so much common sense. And they're nice. I mean, there's a lot of dispute. Like there are many disputes. We don't always agree with each other. But they're smart, kind, funny, helpful, and a real blessing to me. I never feel like I'm alone when I'm broadcasting because my friends on the live chat are with me and we're all supporting each other. And it's just they are a blessing to me. You are all a blessing to me. So
Oh
smart.
yeah, we are so smart and fabulous. I could just sit here and read the comments.
They know it. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, the live chat has become a show in and of itself. People start at the live chat early, and sometimes I'll get into my show and I'll pop in the chat, and there are debates already going. I'm like, oh my gosh! I mean, and
That's awesome.
I'll get my headlines from them, so they're the best. Mama C
Well, if you
1996.
scroll up, I
Yeah.
did post it. I did post the
Okay.
link to the event. Go check it out. It's going to be awesome. I mean, we just love, and it's I see critical thinking. People love that. I always say it's through intelligent, respectful dialogue that we create positive change, and
Absolutely.
that's how you do it when you approach your legislators. You go to your capital, fill out your pink slip, call them out, and have an intelligent dialogue with them. And you can
Yeah.
do that. People don't understand that they have access and they can
That's
build
amazing.
relationships and make a difference.
That's awesome. All right. Well, this was a short conversation. I am very encouraged by everything that you're doing, and I hope to learn more about you and your show and what you're doing. I love the folks in Iowa. They get things done, and and I'm really thankful that you are bringing light to the plight of the vaccine injured. We cannot forget them. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you. And I could talk to you all day. So let's do this again
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
sure.
This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship
I
with.
think so.
I love it. I love it. All right, so let's pop that link to the rally tomorrow. Again, it's the Iowans for Freedom and Informed Choice Iowa tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. They're hosting Injecting Truth Vaccine Injury Awareness Walk at the Iowa State Capitol, getting it done from the bottom up. So thank you so much. We'll have you on again, and you take care. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. God bless you. Yeah,
All
we'll
right.
talk to you next time.
Okay,
Take
sounds
care.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, no problem. Thank you so much. All righty then. Let's go back to just me. We are solo. And yeah, isn't he great? Like again, these are the people who are going to make a difference and the way that we're going to change things. I know all of the headlines, they're super titillating and salacious and who is Candace Owens fighting with this week? Right? Like what I don't know. To me, the infighting and the feuds and so much of what comes out of right-wing media, it's just clickbait. It doesn't matter. It dominates a news cycle for 24 hours. Everyone gets all hopped up on the clickbait, and nothing ever changes. They never solve anything. They never do anything. They go to rallies and make a lot of money in speaking fees and that kind of stuff. But here we are, 8 months into the Trump administration, the guy that they put in office, and nothing has changed. In fact, everything is worse. Oh my gosh, the economic headlines. By the way, we had a great week of shows. I don't know if you guys, and we'll talk about this in the Hey Fam Town Hall, premium Rumble members only. We're going to be heading in about 20, 25 minutes to the town hall. This is where I get to hear from you. You can call in, you can pop in on the chat and get anything you want off your chest. We're going to have a family meeting, town hall style, in just about 25 minutes as we move to a premium. But for free for all of you earlier this week, like killer interviews. Warner Mendenhall, Brooke Jackson, the eugenics roots of modern day vaccine policy and law. It is stunning how often our federal government has experimented on we, the people, horrifying experiments dating back well over 100 years. Warner Mendenhall went through a shocking, shocking litany of what they have done to us. They've never been held accountable. From Tuskegee to Lyme to the Manhattan Project experiments, our government and DOD have never been held responsible for those atrocities. It's no wonder that they treat we, the people of the United States of America, as lab rats, as human experiments. And the worst of it was the rollout of the COVID-19 shots, the DOD bioweapon that is killing so many Americans today. Stunning interview with Brooke and her attorney, Warner Mendenhall. Also, Peter Schiff. Okay, everything that's going on with gold and the markets and inflation and the corruption, the devaluing of the dollar, and what is happening geopolitically as the tariffs put in place by Donald Trump have now driven major consumers of American goods out of the United States of America and into their own trade agreements, setting up their own supply lines. The most recent is just the devastating news for soybean farmers across the country. No one's buying their soybeans because China has decided, well, they're going to take their toys and go home. And they're making deals now with other international players. So this is spurring now a new initiative, $10 billion, I think it was. Maybe I'm wrong on the number. But of course, Trump has to bail them out, right? Because the Trump administration is the mafia, okay? They drop atom bombs on our society, on our families, our small businesses, small to medium-sized businesses, starting with the lockdowns of 2020 and then continuing on now with all of the manipulations of our market, recently the tariffs, which have absolutely detonated over small to medium-sized businesses. So our economy is cratering. And then once they drop a bomb on us, okay, figuratively speaking, everyone comes to the table begging for subsidies. And then Donald Trump doles them out, printing money that is going to create more inflation to hand out subsidies to farmers who would be better off on their own. These are all government-created problems. He is the arsonist and the firefighter, to quote Daniel Horowitz. So I don't like Trump anymore. I mean, I love all of my Republican friends. I love those of you who, if you're in MAGA, if you're in you vote Republican or you're conservative, you're great, you're fine. And the caveat, well, we are so thankful for Trump because he did this. No, I'm not thankful for him at all. I think he's worse than Biden, because at least Biden was a front-facing, socialistic, corrupt Democrat. Right now, we have a stab you in the back faker pretending to be a conservative and a Republican with the rhetoric and doing even worse Biden-style things than Biden ever did himself. I mean, the deals, the grift. Did you know that this recent pharma collaboration between Trump and Pfizer, it's Trump RX, that is set to benefit his children. They are directly invested in major companies that are going to benefit to the tune of likely billions of dollars because of this initiative, right? Like, Joe Biden and Hunter Biden are probably going like, why did we even hide that? Why did we travel all the way to Ukraine to do our dirty business and our backroom deals? We're watching Trump do it right in front of our faces and normalizing it. The socialization of so many industries, taking stake in 5 major corporations, that has never happened. The meme coins, the pump and dumps, all of the branding and naming rights, this is outrageous. This is a million times worse than what Biden ever did. And the worst part about it is that he's acclimating us to fascism. So what we hated about the Biden administration is now being normalized by the Trump administration with the Republican brand slapped right on it. It's the worst of all worlds. The worst of all worlds. And then we have the yappers like Candace on the side with whatever it is that I just can't even take it. So I had to get that off my chest. But anyway, so Peter Schiff, great interview with him on Wednesday. Henry Yoshida of Rocketdollar, amazing interview yesterday. Rocketdollar, new sponsor of the Shannon Joy Show. So thankful for them. So go back. If you haven't seen, if you're watching right now and you have not seen the interviews that we ran this week, go back and watch them. If you want truth, if you want to get out of the fracas and out of the circus sideshow that is conservative media, with news that matters, it is actually going to help you protect your family when the economic bomb hits. Make sure you go back and watch those shows. All right, without further ado, I want to now move to Buskman. You guys know Buskman. He is one of our favorite, most amazing, awesome live chatters. And he has started his own show. He has a new podcast right here on Rumble. And it is called The Busk Report or The Buskman Report. I forget which it is. But I'm following him. You should follow him too on Rumble right now. And, I just wanted to give him a little bit of time to talk about his bottom up activity, what he's doing in the great state of Iowa, and what he's doing to tell the truth and get the truth out there in his own corner of the world right here on Rumble. So we are going to go behind. We're going to start the Hey Fam Town Hall open forum, open mic. It's for all of you. It's behind the Rumble Premium. So you have to sign up for Rumble Premium right now. It's $10 off and $10 a month for everyone that's watching right now. I want to hear from you. If you do not like what I have to say, if you disagree with me about Trump, if you want me to cover other topics, if you want me to bring in new guests, everything that you want to say, this is your opportunity to get it off your chest. We're going to go behind the Rumble Premium paywall in just about 20 minutes, and we're going to hear from all of you. So sign up for Premium right now so you can follow me over to the open mic live chat in just a minute. But without further ado, we are going to run the Buskman interview that I did with him. I'm so excited. He's amazing, you guys. You're going to love this interview because, again, it's all about, I remember what it's like to start a platform and to speak up and to get out there and use your voice to try to proclaim truth. And we need more people doing this. So let's, without further ado, go to my interview yesterday with one of my favorite live chatters, Buskman, Martin Buskman, coming up right here on the Shannon Joy Show.
This meeting is being recorded.
Hey everyone, welcome to a special segment of the Shannon Joy Show. Today is super fun. It is not every day that I get to interview one of my all-time favorite live chatters on the Rumble live chat. You all know him. You all love him. He is Buskman, and he has a new show. It is the Buskman Report on Rumble. And I want to support anyone out there who is from their own corner of the world, according to their own unique talents and abilities, getting out there, speaking up, providing a service, helping people in the name of truth and liberty and justice. I want to help promote them. So if all of you could go and follow Buskman right now on his Rumble channel. He's doing a great job. It's brand new, and this is super fun. Martin, I'm so proud to meet you face to face. You're the Buskman. Tell us all about your new show and everything that you've been doing in the great state of Ohio, working to get the truth out about the chaos that is the world today. Welcome and congratulations on your new show.
Oh, bless you, Shannon Joy. I absolutely was thrilled when I got the appointment by you that said, "Hey, Buskman, we want you on the Shannon Joy Show." I did a cartwheel. I should have filmed.
Okay.
I should have filmed it. Yeah, the Buskman Report. It's where the truth will prevail. Everyone, are you tired of fake news? I mean, I was, especially after 2020, Shannon. I couldn't get any real data on what this, this virus or whatever they called it, the coronavirus back in those days. And I couldn't get any real data. And all I knew back in those days, Shannon, was that nobody was sick. But Governor DeWine here was just locking everything down. He was going on Fox News. He was one of the main talking heads on Fox News. And back in those days, Shannon, I that was the only one I knew to trust in 2020 was Fox News. And
Right.
so I decided once I started seeing things go haywire, I was like, Busk, it's time to go take your little camera and go film and ask questions. So I started calling DeWine's office. I started tracking the numbers of the cases, the hospitalizations. Ohio.gov actually, Shannon, had a website that we Ohioans, there's 11.7 million of us here, that we could track what COVID was doing in those days. And Shannon, I was getting so frustrated that I would set up my phone and its camera and I would film myself.
Wow.
Because I'm what's called a verbal processor. And when they were telling us all this death and stuff is going to happen, I got frightened for my two kids, Shannon. And I have two kids. They live with their mom. And I just had to find out the truth for myself. And oh, Shannon Joy, did I uncover some stuff through my research. So that's how the Buskman Report started.
Okay, so you started back in 2020, and a lot of us found each other in that time. And fast forward to 2025, here we are. We really haven't had a reckoning. We aren't really getting the truth. We went through an election cycle, reelected the guy who locked us down in the first place, and now we're facing down the barrel of 500 new mRNA technologies developed by AI, moving us into the technocracy. So what has been your evolution prior to 2020? Were you a typical kind of right-wing conservative, watches Fox News kind of guy? Was that really your area? And how have things changed since then for you?
I was, Shannon. I voted for Mr. Trump both in 2016 and even 2020 because I was conditioned, Shannon, to basically be a conservative Republican because I knew that the left side did not. I couldn't vote for a group of people that said kill the baby inside the most sanctified place, their mommy's womb, and so I aligned myself to that. My Christian values more aligned with the right than the left, obviously. But it wasn't, honestly, Shannon, it wasn't until the C-19 thing that was launched globally did I start really, really questioning and really start saying, wait a minute, this party is all about shutting things down. And I tracked Mr. Trump, this is between 2016 and 2020, and this is March of 2020. And I remember being at the bike park with my son, and we were riding around in the bowls, the concrete bowls with our scoots. And I remember getting on my phone and the phone app went off saying, hey, Governor DeWine is issuing a stay-at-home order. And all these kids were riding their bicycles and having fun and everything. And I remembered hearing where they were going to start shutting down because they'd already been doing it, like I think in Florida or California. They started shutting down kids' parks.
Right.
And I went to my son, I grabbed him off of his scoot and I said, son, are you scared at all? He said, no, Dad, I'm good to go. I said, so we just stayed out.
Yeah, but I mean, do you I get frustrated that we went through all of that in with the lockdowns and Operation Warp Speed and the rollout of the shots and the tragedy that was inflicted upon the J6 prisoners and all of the things. And here we are now, 9 months into a new presidency, and nothing has changed. Nothing is better.
Changed,
and I mean, so that's my question, I guess. Like well, personally, I don't know that I'll ever vote in an election ever again. I think that both parties are completely corrupted. I don't think that the Republicans are any less wicked than Democrats at this point. I mean, given the fact that Donald Trump has funded Planned Parenthood in every massive budget and believes just as much, I mean, he's not pro-life. He believes in abortion. And also, he also believes apparently in sterilizing millions of Americans. I mean, they don't even need abortion clinics anymore. They can sterilize large portions of the population through the mRNA shots and continue doing that. It's almost more wicked to me than Democrats. And that's something I get pushed back a lot from Republicans because they're like, well, it's a lesser of two evils. I'm voting for a lesser of two evils. But I'm like, personally, I think that as long as the Republicans are propping up the most wicked liberal Democrat predator that this nation has ever seen in Donald Trump, then I have to say I think that the Democrats, if I had to make a choice, would be a better choice.
It's, my baby sister, we're the last of the originals, Shannon, and she's an old school liberal. I have to agree with you, ma'am. She sees things very straight. And I have to say that, and fun fact, I'm going to launch this piece of information about Buskman. I didn't vote in 2020, or I'm sorry, 2025. I couldn't, Shannon. I researched all the people and I remembered I'm going to answer to God someday. And I could only hear in my head, Shannon, why did you install that man over the nation? Why didn't you lean on me, Martin? Why didn't you trust me? Why did you trust the cult of personalities?
Right.
And that I didn't vote. And I feel partly.
Wait, 2025. So what, congressional elections?
Yeah, I didn't vote at all this past 2024 election.
Wait, we didn't have elections. Wait.
Yeah, we did. In 24, we had, I'm getting all up here, but yeah, I didn't vote for Trump in this last election cycle.
Oh, right. Because you voted in 20, right. You voted in 20,
but not in 24.
2020
yeah.
and 24. Okay.
I didn't vote,
yeah.
Because he was up against Kamala, remember?
Yeah.
I couldn't vote. I actually, and I'm looking at it right now, I made up a flyer, Shannon, that says "Make America Loyal Again," and I had Ace the Mutt and Scooby Doo for 2024. Literally, Shannon, I was going to vote for Ace the Mutt, which was a childhood dog.
This is why, like, I really razz my MAGA supporters, people who are, continuing to support Trump. But I love them though. It's not I hope it's not in a way. It's in like, because everyone comes to the realization at a different time. Like that's something I really had to learn in politics, that we're all so unique. And we are all getting such different information in different ways, in different volumes over time. And the things that I've seen, that I've known, that I've researched, that led me to, in 2015 and 16, say that this guy is a predator. He's a New York City liberal Democrat. He's a Trojan horse. I've never backed off that analysis. But that was because of a set of data points that I uniquely saw, right? And not everyone else is there. Here I am. I report every day. Most people are just trying to survive. They're still trusting Fox News. They're still trusting a lot of these MAGA Trump organizations and charlatans, wolves in sheep's clothing, who call themselves prophets and are propping up these guys that are doing such wicked things. And so it's difficult for people to come to that realization. And some people might not ever come to that realization. But it's one of the reasons that I trust you, and I'm thankful for you, and I'm thankful for you creating this new show on Rumble, a way for you to get the word out. Can you tell us about the Buskman Report and when you air, what kind of topics you're going to cover, and how people can follow you and support you?
Absolutely, Shannon. Well, first of all, I'm only on Rumble. I'm not as technologically advanced as I should be. So it's on Rumble. It's basically, as I get an idea for a topic, Shannon, I'll record it on my computer and then upload it later.
Okay.
So it's not a regular, but if you like and subscribe, guys, it'll show up in your email box. I'm at the very grassroots, Shannon.
Of
I'm
course.
even prior to your trailer out in the cornfield phase.
That's
I'm
right.
prior to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's how we all start though, Buskman. And that's how it begins. And you are right. Like 12 years ago, I had a tiny little show out of literally a double wide trailer in a cornfield in Avon, New York. It was only on the radio, and I built from there. And all the voices are, I want more people like you out there. More voices, more information, more opinions, right? People looking at things from their own perspective. It challenges those of us who have come further, who have progressed into bigger platforms. It's good to have people questioning, people asking different questions, looking at different storylines. So I really commend you, and I love that you're doing that. So what is your handle on Rumble for people to follow?
The Buskman Report.
The Buskman. Okay.
Yep. Buskman report. Yep.
Now,
and if you type it in Rumble, it'll come up.
Okay. And you're also doing outreach on the streets, and you have some great stories. In fact, the reason I'm interviewing you is because everyone on the live chat, Guitar Lily and a few others, were saying you have to interview Buskman because he's doing all these amazing things in his own hometown and activating at the local level. And yeah, so tell me about, we only have a couple more minutes left, but tell me about all of those efforts and activities. You're putting your money where your mouth is. You're out there locally, trying to get the truth out. But tell everyone about what you're doing on the mean streets of Ohio.
Well, first of all, it was scary at first, Shannon, because you don't know what kind of reaction you're going to get when you go straight to the wolf pen. But there's also sheep in the wolf pen, and I'm talking about in your local community. So because of the loss of my brother, Chris, who died from the vaccine, and it's reported in his autopsy report from Dr. Jill Roman of Douglas County, Colorado, I got really mad. Shannon, I was overwhelmed. And and a dear friend of mine, and you know who he is, and I'm going to name him. It's Major Thomas Havland, who's doing all the research for the blood clots. He's a dear friend of mine. I called him when I got the autopsy report mailed to me from Colorado, and I said, Tom, and I was crying. I said, Tom, the surreal is now real.
Yeah.
The vaccine killed Chris, and I was livid after I got through the weeping and the anxiety. So
sorry.
Watching what was going on in Washington, and Shannon, I was so frustrated. I was just so frustrated. And I said, Buskman, let's go straight to the people. Forget all these people. Just go straight to the people. You're a busker. You're used to being in crowds, as they walk by you and people throw tomatoes at you where they don't really, or they tip you, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So you've already got it inbred in you to go be among the people anyway. That was a God thing. And I just decided to make signs, Shannon. And there's a little town in Ohio called Yellow Springs that is a little touristy town. So not only is it just 20 minutes from where I live, Shannon, but it attracts people from not just Ohio, Shannon, but all over the country. People come to Yellow Springs and enjoy. And it's a very, let's just say, eclectic town, very left-leaning. But I've loved this little town, Shannon, ever since I was knee-high to a grasshopper.
Yeah.
So I decided, and it's in the day, Shannon, that was the place to protest because it was all about sticking it to the man. They
It's kind of like hippie, dippy, lefty, kind of liberal, the peace and love out of the 1970s, Ben and Jerry's types, tie-dye t-shirts, right? That's Yellow Spring, right?
That's Yellow Springs, Ohio. And I welcome everybody to come to Yellow Springs because it is a cool little, as a matter of fact, this weekend is one of the highlight of Yellow Springs' calendar because it's the big street fair. They hold a street fair in the summer and in the fall every second Saturday. So
Okay.
come on out if you're in this area of Ohio. It's on Route 68, and just Google Yellow Springs, Ohio, and it's Dave Chappelle's hometown. You might just run
Ooh.
into Dave Chappelle, which I've seen
Wow.
many times.
Fancy.
Yeah. So I went down there, Shannon, with this was my very first sign. I don't know if you can see it, but I'll try to
Aw.
run it across my camera, you know, and I put on my sign. It says this, guys. It says, "Are vaccines safe?" And then it has James Roguski's. You need to get James Roguski on your program, Shannon. James Roguski's website, notsafeandnoteffective.com. It's chock full of all kinds of useful information about the bioweapon. And then on the left, it says M/SARA RNA vaccines, the camel maha swallows. And that is a reference to the biblical verse that says that you swallow a camel, but you strain a gnat. And they were swallowing, Shannon, so many deaths, like my brothers, and just looking the other way. You know, MAGA was just looking the other way. Yeah, I've got a dead brother, Diamond and Silk. One of the sisters is dead, but the other sister just, well, I don't know. I shouldn't say that. Sorry.
No, but one of the
Guys, but
sisters did die. One of the sisters did die. I'm not sure which one, but
yeah, I don't know, but I can't, for the Shannon Joy audience, I can't prove that it was the vaccine that killed her sister. But all I know is Trump was out there saying, get the shot. When he was on tour with Bill O'Reilly, a bunch of Trump supporters asked him, hey, you didn't get the shot, did you, Mr. Trump? And Bill O'Reilly on his microphone says, did you get the Trump, Mr. President? You know what Mr. President said? Yes. Did you get the booster? Says Bill O'Reilly. Yes. So all of you MAGA supporters out there who think that Trump is not vaccinated, unless the man is lying on that tour with Bill O'Reilly, he's vaccinated. And if he's not, are you going to trust a liar?
No, it's terrible. And we need voices like yours because we have to keep up the pressure. And everyone is now hypnotized in a delirium of hope, trusting the plan in the 11-dimensional chess, believing that Trump is going to save them. And meanwhile, people are getting shot up with the mRNA technology. And we know that it's a bioweapon. So we need your voice. Loved Major Tom Haviland. Really thankful for your efforts. And, you remind me, Buskman, of one of the gentlemen. I don't know if you know Billboard Chris.
I saw you mention him and you
Yeah.
posted a picture, Shannon, and I said, wow, he looks like me.
Yeah, and he does the exact same thing. He's actually a great marketer, and he had found himself with time on his hands during the lockdowns, and he was just outraged about the mutilation of children under the appalling, gender theory and transitioning little children without their informed consent. And so he just took it to the streets. He wore big billboards. He's been to
Love
London,
this guy.
France, Canada, the United States of America, every major college, university, and he just goes out there and stands with a sign and has
Is that the man with the sign? So
the
that's
man,
not
that's Billboard Chris. Yeah, that's Billboard Chris. He wears a
Not that
sandwich
kind of
billboard but he has great conversations. And I think that, you are going to be continuing to have great conversations. I hope you'll continue to go out and you'll busk and then come and report back to us as to the conversations that you're having on the Buskman Report on Rumble. So I'm really proud of you, and I really want to thank you for being a wonderful chatter, one of my regular chatters on the live chat. You guys are a blessing to me every day. And I also want to thank you for the work that you're doing in your own community and highlight the work that you're doing, because every one of you can do that work from your own corner of the world, according to your own unique talents and ability. You do not have to save the world. That's up to God. That's what Jesus does. All we have to do is cling to the truth and be obedient and do what we can in our own life. And we have only a few short days on this world to get some of this stuff done. And you're making good on every one of those days. So thank you so much. Couple minutes left to let people know how they can find you and how they can support you. And hopefully you'll keep up that great work and grow exponentially right here on Rumble.
Pray for me is the first thing I will ask.
Okay.
And all your viewers, pray Psalm 91 over me if you would. And yes, you can find me at the Buskman Report on Rumble. And as of right now, guys, that's the only place until God expands my cords, as Isaiah 54 says. So I'm waiting for God. I just move at God's speed is what I
Okay.
do. So yeah, find me on Rumble.
Okay. Well, keep it up and we will absolutely be praying for you. Can anyone support you? Do you have a page or where they can go and, a GoFundMe or a way for them to help you fund your operation, or you're doing it as a ministry right now?
If you're offering help, or if there's anybody out there, I would love to help. I don't know how to do all that, but
Okay.
it's funny that you mentioned that, Shannon, because out of the blue, a couple who I used to go to church with called me. The husband called me and he said, "Hey, Martin, I want to give you blank amount of dollars." And my jaw dropped, Shannon.
Oh my
I
God.
said, "Wow, thank you."
All right.
He said, "I love the Buskman Report, so I want to support it."
That's amazing. So you know what? Maybe that's
Yeah,
how,
I
if
mean,
you guys,
I'm not asking for money.
yeah.
I'm not a grifter.
If anyone out there has any expertise in setting up a super simple website or funding mechanism for Buskman, I bet that would be a real blessing. So that's something that someone can do. You can just use your talent to help him out. If anyone's out there and wants to help him out, that'd be great. But you keep up that great work, okay, Martin? And really thankful for you and really excited to see what you're going to create on your new show. It's awesome.
Thank you, Shannon. And it's a joy. I'm so glad I met you through Steve Dace, of all people, watching
All
Steve
people.
Dace.
We
So
love
that's
Steve.
how I found you, Shannon.
God bless him. We're on different paths, me and Steve. He's on this path. I'm on that. I still love him. It's still good. Hopefully, I pray one day we come back onto the same path. That's the way I see all of my fellow Christians and my brothers and sisters in Christ. When we are, when they're going down the Trump train and I'm going down this way and they're banging me over the head, they're mad at me. That's all right. That's all right. One day will come. The truth will be revealed and we can come back together. And I pray for that every day.
Remember Jesus's prayer on that, guys. John 17, and then also look up Psalm 133. And it's all about us family, us spiritual family, staying united. Let's not divide.
There we
Amen.
go. All right, guys, we'll be back in a minute to continue the show right here on the Shannon Joy Show. Is he the best? The best Buskman? Sometimes when I'm in the interview, I'm doing the interview, but it's, I'm managing a couple different things and I can't really like lock in on it. We did that interview yesterday, watching it again today and commenting on it. Buskman, you are such an inspiration. And I just hope that your platform grows and I hope that we can help you grow. And you know that you always have a friend in me right here on the Shannon Joy Show. So we'll help you in any way we can as well. And Dayton Tom, thank you so much. I appreciate you like more than you can imagine. CJP Rumble. By the way, Buskman, everyone loves you. You did a great job. I think that your content is going to be interesting. It's going to be cutting edge, mainly because it is outside of the two-party political paradigm. You can go anywhere to get leftists humping Democrats and right-leaning people humping Republicans in Trump, right? And just screaming out the talking points that we have all been hearing for 20 years. Groundhog Day political hell. Like you can get that anywhere. Democrats fighting with Republicans, Republicans fighting with Democrats, the little boxes and their bobbleheads in the screens, like saying the same things over and over ad nauseum. I can't take it anymore. I'm just bored by all of it. And it's also frightening because they're obliterating our liberties and both parties are doing it. So what is truly cutting edge right now and never gets the promotion, like there's no place for me on MSNBC or CNN or any of those places. There's no place for someone like me on Fox News or The Blaze or any of the right-leaning, just because we're outside of the two-party political spectrum. Like we're focused on truth and there's just no pathway. There's no moneyed pathway to get there. It's why those of us who are independent have to support each other. It's why I'll always be supporting independence, even if I don't agree with you on everything. If you're really trying to stay in that truth space, then I'm going to be with you. And I found that's really been what I've done over the past 12 years, right? Like the politics of the nation rips like back and forth violently, left to right, left to right. And I'm always in this space where I'm looking for people who are telling the truth. It's why I'm always finding new friends because there's always a group of people who will stand up and challenge an administration, and challenge both parties. And so that's basically, I'm tethered to the truth. And, that's why we're independent. That's why this show cuts through, and people find this commentary, this analysis to be different. Agreed with you. Ed Dighton Tom. Amen. Focus on the truth. Buskman, we need to hold Trump accountable. I agree. So thank you, Buskman. Keep up the great work. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about 1775 coffee right now. And then tragically, sadly, the free portion of the Shannon Joy Show is coming to an end. But we are continuing in just a couple minutes. For the very first time, it is the Shannon Joy Hey Fam town hall. So this is your opportunity to yell at me if you don't like what I have to say, if you have questions, if you like what I have to say, if there are topics you want me to cover. It's more about you than me. We're going to go behind the Rumble Premium paywall. So if you are not a Rumble Premium member, go ahead and do that right now. In fact, to the left of you, you're on the screen, there is a link you can click on, and it just says premium. Click on that. You can sign up real quick and join us in just a couple minutes behind the paywall. And yeah, this is where we're going to get down to the nitty gritty. We're going to have, a family meeting, and anything that you want to get off your chest, we'll talk about. You guys can ask me, as I mentioned, questions, but it is something that we're doing for premium members in relationship to my great relationship with Rumble. I want to help them. I want to help this company grow because they have helped me to grow. And they truly are a human-based free speech platform, using the technology and all the benefits of new technologies to keep humans human. And that's what I love about Rumble. Again, I platform on a lot of platforms. I'm on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, multiple Twitter accounts, and other platforms. You cannot talk to humans. I have never spoken to a human at Twitter or Facebook or any of these platforms. I have great relationships with so many of the people who work with Rumble. And so I want to support them, and I want all of you to support them too, because that helps to support my show. So if you have not signed up for Rumble Premium, go ahead and do so today and follow us as I toggle on. So I just have to hit this button, and that is going to take this show into the town hall. That's where I can bring you guys in like a Zoom session. So if you have a camera, if you have a microphone, pull them up, get ready. I'm going to listen to you. We get to hear you, and we get to talk to you. So I would love to see as much as you over there as possible. Maybe there will only be one person. Maybe it'll be me and one person. And if there is, then we'll just have a great chat. But I'm hoping for maybe 5 or 10 people. I think that would be a good first step. And we're going to try to do this not every single week, most weeks. Okay. And we're probably going to be doing it on Fridays. But we can do it in a lot of different ways. Again, Friday is freestyle. So you might get me with my coffee in the morning at 10 a.m. on a Rumble Live on a Friday from my house, because we can do that. So Fridays are going to be like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get. I might even have huge guests, like big guests come on a Friday, not even promote it. It's just a surprise. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun, but you can only go behind that into the town hall if you have the paywall. So for those of you who are going to stick with me, I really appreciate you. Would love 1 or 2 of you to join me over there, or I might be by myself. I just don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but again, we're going to try it out. So I want to thank you all, and a big thank you. Let's talk about 1775 coffee right now. They are a sponsor here on the Shannon Joy Show and through Rumble. And if you still have not tried 1775 coffee, now is your shot. The 1775 starter kit just dropped. They only have 1,000 units, and they are amazing sponsors of so many platforms on Rumble. I love 1775 coffee. We have tried almost every flavor. It is such great quality. It's absolutely delicious. And right now you're going to get the amazing coffee, the bold dark roast that hits hard, or the smooth medium roast and the Vitality mushroom coffee, which I haven't tried, but I need to. That gives you clean energy and laser focus without the crash. And all of them are single origin, small batch, toxin-free, mold-free coffees. Plus, you're also getting in this starter kit a gold spoon clip, because freedom isn't scooped up with plastic, which is very awesome. A frother strong enough to stir up your coffee and your mother-in-law's opinions, and a black 1775 tumbler. It's a $170 value. It's worth of coffee and gear, and you can get it for $99 right now. This is for the ones who have been watching 1775 blow up on Rumble and wondering if it's actually worth it. Is it really that great? Is the coffee that good? This is your chance to try it out and also get a bunch of great gear as well. So go to 1775coffee.com/studio right now. That's 1775coffee.com/studio, and grab your starter kit before they're gone. Again, there are only 1,000. Everyone is promoting them. And again, you get all of those extra goodies. I love the idea of a frother. I mean, I could use that for a lot of things. I mean, my field of greens, my collagen that I put in, my coffee and my drinks every morning. I need a frother, and you get it for free with this. So that's awesome. 1775coffee.com/studio to grab your starter kit before they're gone. Bold beans, clean fuel, and a morning routine that stands for something: freedom and liberty and free speech, just like Rumble does. All right. Thank you so much for 1775 coffee. All right, everybody. Diog99, trying to subscribe monthly. It is not working. Oh, got it. You had to enter. Yep. Name zip. That works. Subscribe in the bottom for Shannon's subscription. Rumble Premium is separate. Thank you, Zayada. Yeah. So some of you guys are subscribed to me personally, which I so appreciate. But what we are asking for the Rumble Premium members is to subscribe to Rumble Premium. And that's going to give you the completely ad-free experience. It's actually a great value. And it supports Rumble, and it supports all of the great content creators and all the great stuff. Oh gosh, Lupin, I'm so excited. Subscribed. Let's see if I get in there. So I think we have Zayada, we have Lupine, Diog99. I really want to hear from you, Diog, because you've been asking this question about a court case that I'm just not even aware of. So I'd love to bring you up on the Hey Fam Town Hall exclusive for Premium Rumble members, so you can tell us all about it. That's the other cool thing about this. If you guys have stories that you want to inform us on, if you have ideas, I mean it. This is for you. It's for you guys to get things off your chest. I'm here moderating, and I'll answer questions if you want to ask questions. But this is for this community of people. So I'm super pumped. And yeah, all right. So let's do this. Are you guys ready to go? All right, so let's cross our fingers. Let's hope we get 5 to 10 people on the town hall who cross over with me right now, sign up for Premium, jump into the town hall, and I just can't wait to hear all of you. And for those of you who are not Premium, I love you too. Show is free every single day. We'll be back on Monday to do it all again on the Shannon Joy Show, and we'll be good to go. But this is a unique kind of thing that it's like an extra add-on bonus, okay? So I'm going to do it. I'm going to press the button. Well, why don't I close out here? And we're going to end the program, not really end the program. We're just going to move over into Premium, and I'm going to press these buttons and see if I can get it done. I just don't know, but we're going to try. So without further ado, for those of you who are popping off, we'll see you on Monday. Okay. See you soon.